Smart folks around here, and I do know a couple of them, say that there's two kinds of people in this world: friends and foes. Me though, not as smart. So naturally, I had to go test that theory, see if it was right. Are there people out there, random people that you meet, who want to be your friends? Who want to lend you a helping hand instead of throwing hands? Who want to see you win instead of making it their job to make sure you fail? Do those people exist? And if so, can I find them? And can we have some fun? Well, spoiler, they exist. And actually, there's quite a few of them in Arc Raiders. Turns out, I ended up meeting countless people in this server slam who became my friends during that match, helping us achieve victory or going down in a blaze of glory. And I met an equal amount of people who tried to kill me. Boom, headshot.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
Got one.
Okay, glad you missed.
I got him.
How's it going, everybody? It's me, Kevin. Today we're going to talk about the mechanics that drive Arc Raiders' social gameplay. And with my few hours played here and there, nothing too crazy, I found that this game is genuinely different than other extraction shooters when it comes to player interaction. Take games like Escape from Tarkov, Delta Force, Arena Breakout Infinite, Hunt Showdown, The Cycle Frontier, Marauders, Marathon. These are all, well, I was going to say competent extraction shooters, but they're all extraction shooters. And fundamentally, they all share a common gameplay loop with Arc Raiders. Let me explain. You enter a level, you loot around, and you leave the level. Now, obviously, that's a very simplified view of things, because of course, during matches, there's all sorts of stuff that happens to complicate or flesh out that gameplay loop. You run into AI, you defeat bosses, you engage in PvP fights, you complete puzzles or other map objectives like completing trader quests. And then there's stuff that isn't always talked about. The fact that most of these extraction games have a timer means that you have a certain amount of time in the match before you're forced to extract, and so there's an artificial urgency to get your stuff done and get out. Or the fact that most of these maps are designed to funnel players into high-value loot areas to encourage stuff like PvP. The more you think about why stuff happens in an extraction shooter, the more you realize that there's loads of gameplay and design features coming together to facilitate a certain experience, a designed experience, the intended gameplay experience, the feeling you're supposed to get when playing.
That hurt.
I'm sorry, bro. I don't even have defibs, man.
Nah, it's okay, buddy. We're gonna have it.
GG's.
The story you're supposed to tell your friends when the round ends. That's what some developers are chasing when they're making these games. What's the story of this round? Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here. So I, like everyone else, was playing Peak a few months ago with buddies of mine. The story of a gameplay session of Peak is that me and my friends are all going to try to get to the top of this ginormous mountain. We start at the bottom, which means we're all the way in the wrong place. We're underdogs, right? So you have to make it up this mountain, and there's all sorts of crazy stuff getting in the way. Exploding sticks of dynamite, slippery jellyfish, blisteringly cold winds, your own dumb friends.
Did Tucky just die?
But there's also ways to help each other out. There's cool stuff that happens when you help each other out, stuff that you can't just do on your own. There's stories that we get to tell about Peak, like how I helped my buddy up the cliff by grabbing him at the very last second because he was out of stamina, and he was gonna die if I didn't do that, and wow, now he gotta keep climbing, and oh, isn't that cool? That only happens because of player interaction. Player interaction encourages fascinating, novel, unique stories that come out through gameplay. So the story here isn't, oh hey, a bunch of scouts crash landed on an island and they gotta make it to the peak so they can signal for a rescue. That's different. That's the game's premise, the game's narrative. But the story of the match, the thing that we, you and me as players and people share as an experience and talk to our friends about, that's the story I'm talking about here. So what's the story of most extraction shooters? Well, it usually boils down to, I assemble my kit, I get into the raid, I'm looking around for people either because I want to avoid them or because I want to fight them. I get into a whole lot of PvP one way or another. Oh, and then I win, yeah. And then I looted all their stuff. And you know, maybe I run into another bit of AI or something, but who cares, headshot, whatever. And then, by the skin of my teeth and with like 2 seconds on the clock, I got out. That's the story of most matches in most extraction shooters. Arc Raiders ventures to tell a different story. When you run into the AI in Arc Raiders, it's intense. Nothing to shake a stick at. It's, holy shit, it's a Rocketeer. I need to go hide somewhere because if I get spotted by this thing, I don't stand a chance. Which makes you wonder, how would you stand a chance against something so scary? Hey! I mean, for most players, with the stuff that's been available in Arc Raiders prior to its official release, the answer is, well, not by yourself. You need help. So if you can convince the Rocketeer to go for someone else by throwing a sound grenade and distracting it, or hell, even using your own teammates as bait, that'll work. It gets the Rocketeer off your back.
Oh, the Rocketeer's on his ass. Oh, fuck me. All right, yeah, no, I'm not fucking with it. Get away. I'm not fucking with it.
But let's say you don't want to run, because that's not the story you're interested in telling. You want to come out of the round and say, guys, I killed a Rocketeer. You need firepower. Serious firepower. And in these last few opportunities to play the game, firepower came in the form of a bunch of people holding fairly mid guns and shooting at the same thing at the same time and hoping that not too many of them died in the process. I was really, really lucky that in Tech Test 2, me and a whole bunch of other players randomly found each other, decided we wanted to be friends, and banded together to take down a Rocketeer.
Let's go!
And a Bastion.
Holy shit, boys!
And another Bastion.
Woo! Let's go!
It was glorious. And it would also be glorious if you left me a comment down there letting me know what you're excited about with Arc Raiders. And just drop a like on your way out the door, you know? Just basic housekeeping. You already know this. I don't need to explain it to you. Anyway, back to the video. Do you remember what I was saying about Peak? Cool stuff happens when you help each other out. Stuff that you can't just do on your own. That is the first thing I noticed about Arc Raiders. It's the fact that the game gives you plenty of good reasons to team up. Most of them are Arc, granted. It's the AI enemies in this game, the fact that they present a danger so severe to you, the player, especially when you're alone, that it really does encourage you to team up with someone else, even if it's someone random that you come across in the match, because there is truly strength in numbers in this game. But it's not just Arc, don't get me wrong. Players themselves are a decent reason to team up. If I'm running around the map as a solo player and I see a duo or a trio, I'm hiding in a bush and getting out of their way. There's no way I'm going to approach that. Trust me, the only time I'm going to consider causing problems for a trio is if I have a trio myself.
Someone just died. Did you hear that? I really think they might be on top. They're definitely up here. All right, get ready for a fight.
If you're not fighting, you're not living. You ready?
Let's do it. They're gonna have to come through this door, so we could just wait for them. Or we could drop on them if you wanted.
If we're gonna drop, I think we do it now. Let's go for it.
Made it.
No, I fell! Oh my god.
You fell, bro? Okay, I got two. Oh, there's one outside. I got three. That's it. That's team. That guy just jumped off instead of dying to me, bro. That's wild.
Yeah, dude.
Now, I don't think it would be too far-fetched to say that a majority of players are predisposed to shoot on sight and not be friendly. And I think that comes from decades of online shooters setting a cultural expectation within gaming.
I don't know. If it was me playing this game, I'd like immediately get max speed and max stamina and run at people's spawns.
PvP ain't why I play this game. It's the vibe.
You're a kinder man than me.
I think I'm a different kind of gamer. I think I'm realizing this, but yes.
From the beginning, the idea, that story we're talking about, has been that you go into a game that has PvP in it and you do PvP. You die, you get kills, whatever. First-person and third-person shooters alike are almost overwhelmingly PvP only, with little to no reason to ever avoid killing people. So much so that games often call you out in some way for going against that expectation. Look at Fortnite. In its Battle Royale mode, if you win without eliminating any other players, it's considered a special win condition. It isn't the default. Most players will never see that pop up. So when we, as players, are culturally conditioned to expect, even chase PvP, deciding to team up with randoms instead of fighting them isn't just novel, it can also be difficult.
Hey man, I'm right behind you. Trying to team up. Hey, how you doing? There is a guy in there. Maybe we team up with him too. Hey friend, we can see your glowing backpack. You want to team up? Oh, okay, guess not. Damn. Sorry, pal. We wanted to give you a chance to team up. GG's, though.
Case in point, when I started to go through my footage of the server slam, I realized that I never teamed up with random people when I already had a squad of my own. Not that it's impossible or anything. I mean, we did it in Tech Test 2 and we had a great time. It was awesome. But I think this time around, my teammates weren't even considering teaming up with randoms. And I don't blame them. When you form a squad in the lobby, before you go into a match, you've already done that crucial social interaction step on the front end long before you've entered the game. There's a bond there, even if you don't really know who you're playing with that well, and it tends to be a stronger bond than what you'd usually find with random players. And there's even parts of the game itself that reinforce that idea. Take, for example, the HUD elements that tell us that this is an official team up, not just a spoken word social contract that could be betrayed at any given moment. In contrast, if it's just you in that lobby when you press ready, you might go in hoping to find a friend to alleviate the danger a bit, but there's an emotional delta between where you start and where you end up.
Yeah.
Playing with your friends removes some of that uncertainty, the idea of not knowing where you're going or what's going to happen. You already have backup. The uncertainty isn't really there. And to be honest, so much of what makes the extraction genre compelling is uncertainty and grappling with it as best you can, which is why, far and away, when players have the option to invite a friend to play with, they will, myself included. It's about trying to isolate every variable that could lead to your downfall in a match. AI enemies, the round timer, the gear you carry, enemy players.
Oh, there's one more?
They're all contributors to uncertainty, and so is not having a team. It's the lack of knowledge about what's going to happen that makes extraction shooters thrilling. But the player's ability to isolate variables like team size gives the feeling of control. And finding control when there's uncertainty is a really good feeling.
All right.
You're insane.
Dude,
Yo,
no
we're
way.
goated, we're
We're
goated.
goated. We're going crazy.
Past extraction shooters haven't given players good enough reasons to team up, in my opinion. So why should players expect it to be different for ARC Raiders? Well, the answer is they shouldn't. It needs to be demonstrated to players that teaming up is a viable, even compelling option. So let's get back to what the game is doing to encourage that. We already talked about how ARC are a very potent threat, and how being a duo or trio among solos is a significant advantage. But there's other factors at play too, one of which is free loadouts. You don't need to spend any currency or time or really put in any effort whatsoever to get a free loadout before hopping into a match. These free loadouts aren't great, but they make surviving much easier than going in with just the clothes on your back. So here's a thought experiment for you. Let's say every single player who loaded into your match had a free loadout. Would you find it worth it to kill them and take their loot? A lot of you, I think, are going to say yes. There's plenty of reasons to PvP. It's fun, it can be tense, and there's a pride to coming out on top amid a challenge, right? My thinking, though, would be that it isn't worth it to me to waste my ammo or time on trying to get items from people that I could just as easily load in with for free in the next round. There's greater value, I think, in recruiting someone I come across to be part of my crew.
Oh, hey. There's two of us. We can be friendly, bro. What do you say? You want to team up? All right, we got a little coalition going here.
To provide some extra firepower, or pull bot aggro, or in some cases take a bullet for me so that I can get out with my loot. Nothing personal. Shoot, he got my buddy. Shoot. Oh, yeah.
Shit, pal, I'm sorry. I wish I had defibs. Thanks for being a friend.
But story, I think, is the last piece of the puzzle that makes finding friends, and not enemies, in-game so special. It hasn't even been a week since the server slam ended, and I can tell you so confidently that the matches I remember best were the matches where I came across random people and became friends.
Really? Dude, I'm making friends like every game, dude.
The matches where I answered a question.
Yo, you know where the turret is?
Have you been through the control tower yet? Usually has turrets by the zip line.
Help somebody out.
Do you need shield or anything?
I mean, if you have one, that would be
Yeah, I got something
crazy.
here. You can use those.
Wait, I can use these to recharge my shield? Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Dude,
right?
I've never done this. Alright, well, I'm gonna head to extraction. Thanks.
All right, bro. I'll see you out there. Be safe.
Tried something difficult.
I was gonna go to the harvester, to be so honest. You just have to like avoid dying. Oh no, homie, you're dead? Shit.
even when I failed. Oh, I'm dying and I'm on fire. Because I was getting an experience.
Hey friend, you want to team up?
I was telling a story.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Has anyone told you that your mic sounds a little funky? Like you sound like the Daft Punk robots right now.
That I just can't tell in other games.
All right, we can make it. We can make it. 2 minutes.
And if you ask me,
GG's, brother.
well, that's pretty special. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Not everybody does, and so it does mean that you're kind of special. I appreciate it. And if you like this kind of stuff, subscribe, because there will be more of it soon. Folks, as always, I'm Kev. Thank you for watching. Please be responsible. Get some sleep. I definitely didn't while making this video. And go do something nice, even if it's for yourself. I'll see you next time.